All living beings are part of a thriving ecosystem, which is an intrinsic part of nature. We cannot survive without the air that we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat. Everything comes from this earth, and coexistence is fundamental to our survival. But as a byproduct of development, human beings have generated a lot of waste that is inappropriately discarded. And there we start troubling Mother Earth and eventually ourselves. Our actions have polluted the soil, water bodies, air and forests, and disturbed the lives of animals, plants, and birds. It's high time we reverse this degradation. The change must begin with us. So can we think of alternative, eco-friendly ways of disposing the wet garbage that gets generated from our homes? To deal with this problem, the government is taking prevalent practices of waste management, like setting up segregation plants, waste composting units for societies, and raising awareness around the waste segregation issues. It is presumed that the same is challenging in squatter settlements that dot the city and often comprises a sizable city's population. In its quest for upgrading the quality of life of the urban poor, Shelter Associates is trying to devise efficient ways to handle this challenge as part of its sanitation efforts, and hence decided to focus on waste composting at household level. It is often observed that communities don't feel a strong sense of ownership for common facilities like toilets, water stand posts, or composting units. So it was decided to invest in individual families and get them interested in composting their own waste. Shelter Associates implemented a participatory rural appraisal method to address the waste issue and brought up a collective solution for it. Samiti members were made an integral part of the process. This activity helped in identifying the areas where garbage was being dumped and the change that the people would like to see in their community. And the first task everyone decided to take up was cleaning the current dumping area. Cleanliness drive, along with the help of the local ward office, was conducted, and majority of the people joined hands to clear the same. To avoid further littering on the same space, seeds were planted at a certain distance, and a few Samiti members were given the responsibility to take care of those plants. Their name was pasted on the protection net so that every passerby could see it, and this acted as a deterrent in littering. Street plays and rallies were conducted by the women and children to spread the awareness on segregation of waste on the occasion of the World Environment Day, which was also attended by the local councillor and the ward officers. This activity helped in reinforcing the message of waste segregation. The inauguration of the waste composting unit was done by organizing a demonstration of the entire household composting process, and people could actually see what would be the end result of the same. Pocket-wise corner meetings were planned, and Samiti members shared their experiences of composting waste in baskets. Workshops were conducted with women, men, and children to help them understand the impact of non-segregated waste on nature and its adverse effect on all of us. The Shelter Associates team ensured the involvement of the local ward office in the process. The urban local body agreed to provide ready compost. They agreed to paint a wall in the community with messages on waste segregation. A child from each lane was made a member or a Swachhata soldier to monitor the progress in their respective lanes. Periodic inspection of the performance of the household composting unit was done by these soldiers. In case of a problem, they also provided guidance to overcome the issues. This practice helped not only monitor the progress, but also motivated the families to continue the activity until it became a regular practice. There have been some very positive outcomes of this initiative, as they have participated in at least one mobilization activity. Women have been trained to make paper bags from newspapers. Almost 150 households are composting kitchen waste completely. Only once a week, they need to dispose their dry waste, which saves them time. Since waste is not being dumped anymore, it leaves the place clean for the children to play. The sense of collective working and responsibility has been entrenched in the community. Now people are returning the most nutritious waste to Mother Nature in return for her rich bounty. Is there a better way of expressing your gratitude to her?